So what we have discussed so far, the criteria to decide whether something is alive, we can find out that if some organism it is doing a movement, if some organism have certain sensitivity, in that case we can say that the organism is alive. But not only this, we can find out there are so many characteristics of living organisms that are important, out of which we can find out that these organisms, they are alive just because of certain basic processes. So there's basic processes in living organisms which are necessary for maintaining their life. The basic life processes, we can call them like nutrition, respiration, transportation, and excretion. So in this way, we can find out these four vital processes. Now, why we have called them vital processes? Because they are very much important for the survival. Not only the survival, for the existence, we can say, or we can say that to continue the life, to maintain the life, these are the basic processes which are very, very, very important. As we've already seen in previous classes, that all these processes are important and interlinked, interconnected with each other. If we will say that a digestive system of a human being, it works out for the function of nutrition का एक part है digestion. You can see the different systems working together, and as these different systems work together, we can find out that the digestive system, it is having different organs, and that function for digestion as well as assimilation of the food. We also have seen that the respiratory apparatus or the respiratory organs are present in our body. They work for taking oxygen in and giving out carbon dioxide, which is a basic process in the respiration, can be called as breathing. Apart from this, whatever food is there, which is digested one, which is to be carried to all parts of the body, oxygen which is taken by the lungs, which is to be carried to each and every cell of the body, we can find out the circulatory system works out. So this circulatory system is also very important for the transportation of the different materials from the one part of the body to another. During the life processes like respiration, cellular respiration we can say, or nutrition, the different products, byproducts we can say, that are formed which we cannot keep in our body. So these particular waste products to be thrown out, to be removed from the body, and for that sake an excretory system works out. So different systems, जैसे कि हम लोगों ने देखा है कि excretory system, if we will talk about, okay, excretory system if we will talk about, we can find out that this system will work out for the excretion of the waste product, removal of the waste product. Circulatory system, it works out for the transportation. The respiratory system, name itself indicate respiration. Digestive system, nutrition. So all such systems are there in multicellular organisms. कहाँ पे है ये सारे systems? Multicellular organisms में. अमीबा में आप लोगों को ये चीज नहीं दिखने वाला है. अमीबा में आप लोगों को एक सिंगल सेल दिखेगा, सारे फंक्शन जो है वो कैरी आउट कर रहा है. But in higher organisms like human beings, we can find out that the processes, the different life processes, take place in different systems. Is it clear, students? I hope it is clear to you. Now let us just discuss something about the first thing. First life process, that is nutrition. So what exactly the nutrition is? The nutrition is the process. Nutrition is the process of taking the food by an organism and its utilization by the body to build the body for growth, repair of the damaged part, and for energy. So the requirement of food is why there is a requirement of food, why there is a need of nourishment, why there is a need of nutrition. Just a minute. Why there is need of nutrition? Why is it so? Three things. The first one is proper growth. Second is repair of the damaged parts. Now proper growth and building of the body. And last but not the least, to get the energy. Nutrition is very important. So, what exactly the nutrition is? It is the process of not only taking the food by an organism, but apart from that, its utilization by the body. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ खाना खाया है तो न्यूट्रिशन हो गया, नहीं, उसका यूटिलाइजेशन भी न्यूट्रिशन में आएगा. So, the nutrition is the process of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body of an organism. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. Next thing. The life on the earth depends on the carbon-based molecules, and most of the food are also carbon-based molecule. The outside raw material used by living organisms are food, water, and air. See, students, most importantly, we have to keep in mind the different raw material we need. That is like food, water, and air. Air in the sense we take the oxygen. And if I'm talking about the human beings, if it is other organisms like plants, the carbon dioxide is also very much important. Okay, now the life on the earth, as it is depending on the carbon, so carbon dioxide is used. All we know that the photosynthesis process takes place and the carbon dioxide is used. So these carbon based molecules are very important. They play a very much important role in the sustenance of life, in the sustenance of for our food. So basically, we can find out two modes of nutrition. The first one is autotrophic. The first one we can say autotrophic mode of nutrition. तो autotrophic में क्या आएगा? Word आता है auto means they can make their own food by themselves by using simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So the basic process is photosynthesis. Okay, we can see the mode of nutrition in which the organism prepare their own food by simple inorganic substances. It is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition, and the organisms can be called as autotrophs, जैसे कि all green plants and some bacteria. The autotrophs are the organisms that can make their own food by using simple substances, simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Now see, whenever you talk about photosynthesis, whenever you talk about autotrophic nutrition, every time keep in mind that the simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water are used, whereas the sunlight and chlorophyll are much required. Their presence is important. Their presence is required. And as the presence is required, we can say that if any one of this component is not present, the organism will not be able to make its own food. Okay, so autotrophs are all green plants and some bacteria. Just a minute. Sure. So this is the very much basic concept. where the autotrophic mode of nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which the organism make its own food by using simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water, and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. All the green plants and some bacteria, they are capable of doing so. That's why they are the autotrophs. The second one is a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, this mode of nutrition is in which they get their food directly or indirectly from the plants. देखो अब हम लोग directly or indirectly from the plants क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Suppose for example human beings, we are omnivorous. We all know that we are dependent on plants and animals as a food source. And if you will take an example of a human being, अगर मैं spinach की curry खा रहा हूँ, spinach खा रहा हूँ, so I am directly dependent on the plant, right? Here I am directly dependent on the plant. But if you will take an example of tiger, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि वो टाइगर है और टाइगर प्लांट्स घास खा रहा है, ऐसा तो देखने को नहीं मिलेगा, unless and until it is an animated movie. Okay, so we can find out that these animal, they are eating deer. For example, tiger eats a deer, and deer, it is dependent on plants. So somehow the tiger is indirectly dependent on the plants. So as the human beings. यहाँ पे हम लोगों को ये चीज जानना चाहिए कि जब भी हम लोग हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में बात करते हैं, इट इज अ मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इन व्हिच द ऑर्गेनिजम्स गेट देयर फूड डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द प्लांट्स. इट मींस दैट दे आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन अदर्स. All the animals, fungi and some bacteria, they are the heterotrophs. Now let us just discuss something about the different types of heterotrophic nutrition. There are three main types of heterotrophic nutrition, that are saprophytic, parasitic, and the third one is holozoic mode of nutrition. So basically the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, three types. The first one is saprophytic, second is parasitic, and the third one is holozoic mode of nutrition. Is it clear, students? Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is simple. These are very much simple concepts where you're going to discuss something about how the organism is taking the food. वो ऑर्गेनिज्म फूड कैसे ले रहा है, कहां से ले रहा है. अगर वो प्लांट है तो वो खुद बना रहा है, हम लोग को पता है. बट इफ इट इज एन एनिमल फूड, एज इट इज हेटेरोट्रोपिक, तो एग्जैक्टली किस तरह से वो फूड ले रहा है. फॉर दैट सेक वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड देयर आर थ्री डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ हेटेरोट्रोपिक न्यूट्रिशन. So what are those three different types of heterotrophic nutrition? Let us see. The first one is saprophytic. Mode of nutrition. Now what do we call a saprophytic? Why we are calling it saprophytic? It is the mode of nutrition in which organisms get their food from dead and decaying organisms. Okay, they break down the food material outside their body and then absorb. इसका मतलब क्या है students? It clearly means that whatever organism is having saprophytic nutrition, obviously it is getting the food from other organism. दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म से वो फूड ले रहा है, बट कौन सा? डेड या डिकेइंग ऑर्गेनिज्म से. बराबर. दूसरा एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज इसके बारे में ये है कि दे ब्रेक डाउन द फूड मटेरियल आउटसाइड ऑफ देयर बॉडी एंड एब्जॉर्ब. इट मींस दैट जो हम लोग करते हैं उससे थोड़ा सा अलग है. यहाँ पे वो क्या कर रहे हैं, हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि यस, हम लोग खाना लेते हैं, खाना बॉडी के अंदर डालते हैं, बॉडी में लेने के बाद उसको डाइजेस्ट करते हैं, यानी वो उसको क्या करते हैं हम लोग बाद में डाइजेशन होने के बाद एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं. बट हियर इन saprophytic mode of nutrition, what these organisms do, they break down the food material, whatever dead and decaying matter is there. This dead and decaying matter, they just break it down outside of the body and then they absorb it. For example, mushroom is there, bread mold is there. Bread mold, you might remember that if you will keep a chapati for a longer time in a damp place for 2 to 3 days, or a bread, we can find out a black colored fungus is there called as braid mold. So ब्रेड मोल्ड what it does, वो ब्रेड मोल्ड ब्रेड को खा नहीं रहा है, ब्रेड को पहले वहां पे डाइजेस्ट कर रहा है, यानी उसका ब्रेकडाउन कर रहा है, फिर उसके बाद उसको ले रहा है. मींस व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, दे फीड ऑन द सिंपल सोल्यूबल सब्सटेंसेस. क्या कर रहे हैं वो? सिंपल सोल्यूबल सब्सटेंसेस पे फीड कर रहे हैं. इज इट क्लियर? आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू. Now, yeast is also an example and some bacteria are also example. It means that they break down the food outside of their body and then they absorb. This is called saprophytic mode of nutrition, which is the type of heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, now let us see the next type. Parasitic. Now what is parasitic organism? You might remember Cuscuta or Amarbale that we have discussed in earlier classes. Like this. So this is a plant. See, this is the host plant, a green plant jo dikh raha hai, and around it a rope-like structure, this yellowish green colored structure, the stem-like part is there, you can find out. Okay, so this stem-like part, this yellowish structure, it is called as Amarbale, or in plants we can call it as Cuscuta. Cuscuta plant. Okay, in English it is called as Cuscuta. So what this Cuscuta plant is doing, it is growing on another plant and it is taking the nutrition from the another plant. तो another plant उसके लिए host हुआ और ये इसका guest नहीं है, ghost भी नहीं है, उसके लिए हम लोग उसको बोलते हैं parasite. So what exactly the parasitic nutrition is? The nutrition in which the organism get their food from the living organisms can be called as host without killing them. तो Cuscuta ने ये जो प्लांट है उसको मार दिया है क्या? नहीं. I will give you the example of animals. Animals में insects में अगर example ले, आपको mosquito काट के जाता है, तो does it mean that if a person gets a mosquito bite, the person dies? No. Means without harming or without killing them. Parasitic nutrition में क्या हो रहा है? Without killing the host, the parasite, it takes its nutrition. So parasitic nutrition is the nutrition in which the organism get their food from living organisms without killing them. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Without killing them अगर आप लिखोगे नहीं तो आप बोलोगे टाइगर ने डियर को खा लिया, टाइगर ने डियर को किल करके खा लिया, आप बोलोगे सर टाइगर पे पैरासाइट हुआ. नहीं हुआ. कैसे? नहीं होगा. यहाँ पे एक चीज ध्यान में रखना है कि whatever the organism is, if it is a parasite, it does not kill the host. होस्ट को विदाउट किलिंग करके वो न्यूट्रिशन डिराइव कर रहा है. जैसे Cuscuta इस प्लांट का न्यूट्रिशन ले रहा है. ऑर्किड्स आर आल्सो देयर. टिक्स एंड लाइसिस, लीचेस, राउंड वर्म्स, टेपवर्म्स. अभी राउंड वर्म्स और टेपवर्म्स हमारे बॉडी में होते हैं, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में पर्टिकुलरली इन्फेक्शन होता है कभी तो वो चले जाते हैं. सो दे डिराइव देयर न्यूट्रिशन फ्रॉम आवर बॉडी विदाउट किलिंग अस. Like plasmodium, it lives in the mosquito's body or our body that causes malaria. So they are deriving the nutrition from the host. Okay, so this is how we can find out the parasitic mode of nutrition. अभी तीसरा है holozoic mode of nutrition. It is the nutrition in which organisms take the food directly and then digest and absorb. जैसे हम लोग है, हमारा कैसा मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन है? हेट्रोट्रॉपिक है, लेकिन कौन सा टाइप का है? होलोजाइक है. अमीबा में भी ऐसा होता है, पैरामीशियम में भी ऐसा होता है, बर्ड्स, फिश, ह्यूमंस, most of the animals we have holozoic mode of nutrition. So students, is it clear to you? I hope it is clear to you.